machete, like catnip, like dangled in front of us, of the woman who tried to board a United Airlines flight in Newark with her emotional support Peacock. She was denied entry to the flight. Obviously, this is hugely controversial. It's a very sensitive topic, I know, for a lot of you here today. And this is a huge fucking coup, you guys. I'm not kidding. We have the fucking Peacock here in the room. I know y'all are getting excited. Lose your minds when I welcome to the mill for the first time, Dexter the Peacock, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Dexter. Wow.
And for those of you who are like, Dexter is a boy's name, I'm a peacock, you motherfucker. When God created me, she was drunk on rosé and wanted the entire gender spectrum encapsulated in one crater. Right? I can be named whatever the fuck I want. Woo! I'm so stressed. So yes, my name is Dexter. I belong to a woman named Ventico, who is a visual artiste, of course. And we live together in Brooklyn, of course, but we first met in South Florida, of course, where she featured me in her installation called On Beauty, along with some sex dolls and semi-nude models. Speaking of sex dolls, South Florida, and someone with a peacock, Donald Trump gave his State of the Union address on Tuesday, and I had to watch it from an airport. Okay, so let me paint a picture for you. So we're at Newark Airport, because JFK is just like too mainstream. And United won't let us board our flight to LA, even though Ventico called 3 times, and every single time they specifically told her your emotional support peacock isn't allowed on the plane. Can you believe this happened? Oh, the whole thing still stresses me out. That's why I take Rick Bayless everywhere I go. Oh, sorry. This is my therapy squirrel. His name is Rick Bayless. Yes, in this current administration, even therapy animals need therapy animals. He talks me through my anxiety. And he also hooks me up with fentanyl and Klonopin, okay? And speaking of, I gotta take some before I recap Donald's State of the Union for you all, alright, Paul? Much better. Okay, so, you know, if Trump really wanted to help end the opioid crisis, he and his entire team should step down. Then maybe the nation wouldn't be so inclined to self-medicate. Just saying. Okay, here we go. All right, so while we're stranded at the airport, I give Ventico her much-needed therapy sessions, acknowledging, empathizing, and when it feels long, I make her aware that I don't know what time is because I'm a bird. And at one point during one of our sessions, we heard the sound of small, sweaty hands clapping and realized it was coming from the TV. So we all turned to watch what seemed to be a man on America's Got Talent who had been fused to his chicken suit in a grease fire and was now attempting to read for the first time in his life. I don't know, all I know is I wasn't impressed. Well, eventually his mouth noises trigger my anxiety, and I lean over to Rick Bayless and I says to Rick, why is this fuck got the only slot on America's Got Talent tonight? And Rick says to me, he says, Dex, I understand you're foul because you're anxious. And I said, I'm anxious because I'm foul. Then he says to me, it's the President's State of the Union address. Well, after that, I was even less impressed. And I said to Rick, I'm going to go down to the Qdoba for a margarita. You want anything? And he snaps at me. He snaps, no, I don't want Qdoba. I'm a therapy squirrel named Rick Bayless. Okay, calm down. I told them. Oh. I says to him, look, before you go nuts, talk to Oprah. Oh, Oprah is the name of Rick's therapy cobra. Rick can be very temperamental. temperamental. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Well, you go and talk to Oprah about it. What do you mean you don't know where she is? Anyway. I says, you go talk to Oprah, I'm gonna grab a margarita. And he did, and I did. Except, Qdoba didn't let me in either. I said, I just want a margarita. They said, that's Chipotle. I said, you're Chipotle. And they said, no, we're Qdoba. So I shot all over and I screamed until Ventico came and got me. So anyway, we're back at the gate. It's me, Ventico, Rick Bayless, and Oprah. And we are all unraveling as we watch the State of the Union. By this point, he was on the auto industry. Spelled A-U-T-O, but pronounced O-D-D-O. And I realized he took such care in naming each car company because he didn't want to mess up names like he's done before, you know? He went, Chrysler, Toyota, Stormy, Ivana, Summer Zervos, and countless others. They're all coming back. They're all coming back. He didn't want to mess up. So Mother Jones actually reported that the speech was written at a 9th grade reading level, which was surprising to me. Until I remembered all the 9th graders who make backyard wrestling videos, get Smirnoff drunk, and do whippets in the garage with their mom's boyfriend, Shad. What really ruffled me, though, were the juxtaposing phrases like, beautiful, clean coal. You all remember beautiful, clean coal, right? It used to be mined by beautiful, clean coal miners who sometimes died of the beautiful, clean lung. Well, it's back, baby! Tweet it! I still can't wrap my bird brain around why Ventico couldn't bring me on a United flight, but Trump got to bring his 3 emotional support pests to the House of Reps. I mean, he had Meerkat Pence on his right, Blobfish Ryan to his left, and a turtle named McConnell in the house. You know, they say pets and owners end up looking alike, so I guess we'll all have a bunch of burnt sienna worms by the end of Trump's 2-year term. Oh, speaking of worms, I'm getting a little bit peckish. Gotta stuff my beak with some travel snacks real quick. Hang on. My travel snacks, my travel snacks. I really don't understand why they didn't let me on the plane. Okay, so I tell you, when he started talking about immigration, I panicked a little because I thought he said bird migration. And you know, I'm from South Florida, but like, I'm from Sri Lanka. By the way, the idea of foreign non-whites having unlimited amounts of extended family is as ironic a scare tactic coming from a country that glorifies shows like John and Kate Plus 8, 19 Kids and Counting, Table for 12, which, fun fact, when canceled, was called Check Please. And 4 pillars of immigration. Ugh, if Trump knew Islam had 5 pillars in it, he'd be like, we have 6 pillars, 7 pillars, 45.6 million pillars of immigration. That figure, 45.6 million, comes from his recent tweet, by the way. Yes, he tweeted, thank you for all the nice compliments on the State of the Union speech. 45.6 million people watched, the highest number in history, which was incorrect in terms of historical SOTU ratings. But in terms of the highest number Trump knows, it's probably true. Oh, wait, what are you getting in a tizzy? What is happening? What do you mean Oprah isn't here? You left her where? Oh my God, okay, all right, we gotta go. All right, there's a king cobra named Oprah loose riding around in a lift line. Dexter, the Peacock over here. This is Rick Bayless, my therapy squirrel. We gotta go, we gotta go, we gotta go!
Dexter, the emotional support Peacock. Created and played with Machete by our wonderful friend Atra. Good job, Dr. Astu. Pleasure having you back.